Good morning, what's shaking, what's happening? Welcome back to Tasty Bites Timeless Travels. Today is day 99 for Holland America Cruise Around the World. Today, it's a late port day in Valletta, Malta. Come join us. Now, we don't get to port till noon, and she has church. Today is Palm Sunday. There's no coffee with Kimberly, so she gave me permission to go lose $10 in the casino while I wait on her to get out of church. Actually, wait on them to finish cleaning the room. So, let's go lose $10. All right. So it took 30 minutes for me to lose that $10. So pretty decent. I must say. It's still very windy outside. However, Malta is coming into view. They're going to do scenic commentary starting at 11 today. I think we're going to go. I don't think we're going to go to the bow because I think it would be too windy and too cold. I think we're going to try this little spot right off of our room and see how busy that is. But because they've definitely cleaned it. We know that from them cleaning the balcony or the balcony drama with us. Speaking of the balcony drama, guest services did send us a note and called us last night to offer us a free lunch at Pinnacle due to the situation. We're not going to take it. There's nothing on the Pinnacle menu that actually interests us, especially for lunch, and we just had Pinnacle the other day. So we don't want anything. We just want to be known when they're gonna clean that area so that we don't get wet on the balcony anymore. But even our room attendant, when he came by to figure out exactly what was going on, he said he thinks they're probably done cleaning that area until the end of the cruise. The president of Holland comes on board in a couple weeks for the grand meetup, so everything's got to be spick and span. So it's probably what happened with that one, but still frustrating nonetheless. But Malta's coming into view. Sicily's on the other side of us. But Malta, I'm going to brave the wind. Hang on one second. There in the middle of this sea is Malta. We've got to go around it to get to Valletta to sail in. But there she is in this very blustery, windy day. Now the good news? It is supposed to be almost 70 degrees today, so a little bit warmer because I'm going to be honest with you guys, we didn't pack but a few pairs of pants other than dress pants for the main dining room. So I have a pair of jeans and a pair of pants, and they're both out to laundry, which they should come back at some point today before we port, but because we sent them off yesterday. But yeah, so otherwise I'm wearing shorts, but I can handle shorts in that weather. And the other good news is the sun is finally starting to come out. We have not seen the sun in a couple of days. It's just been cloudy and overcast. But plans for Malta today, we are going to go to the archaeology. I can't say that word all of a sudden. It's the National Museum of Archeology. It's supposed to be very good in Malta. It's open, even though it's Palm Sunday. It's only €5 for me to get in, $3.50 for C to get in. And that dollar's tanking to the euro still right now. So that's what we're going to do. So he wants to find like a little authentic Italian, like, not Italian, but a little like sandwich shop or something for lunch. Malta's another one that's kind of built on a hill, so it's kind of hard for me to figure out where we are in relation to everything. So we're just going to see what we see when we get there. There is a McDonald's across the street from the museum. And I only say that because I know I can get Wi-Fi there. But at some point, I'll download the offline map, and that'll help us out too. But super excited. I learned about Malta when I was a kid. It was on this television show that, if you were a kid in the 80s and they just started putting televisions in the classrooms, you would have these educational programs that would play, and they were like 20 minutes long, and it gave the teachers some time to grade test or whatnot. There was one called Square One. And at the end of it, there was this like detective agency-like show where they figured out crimes using math. I don't know. I really enjoyed it as a kid. That's all I can remember. And on one of the episodes, there was a kid from Malta. So our class was so interested in where Malta was from that our teacher ended up teaching us about Malta. So I was super excited to find out this cruise went to Malta because it brought back that memory as a child. So first off, shout out to second grade teacher, Miss Evans. Actually, I think it might have been my third grade teacher, Miss Tompkins. I don't know. Who was my third grade teacher? Oh, I don't know. I remember my fifth grade teacher was Miss Ruth. But before that, they all kind of like blend in. Thompson, Tompkins, Evans, and there's one that I cannot remember the name. Oh my goodness, I feel terrible. But yeah, Malta, somewhere I never thought I would go. I had forgotten all about, and then all of a sudden it popped up on this cruise of all these other places. And most of this part of the cruise is considered bonus for us. See, went to Europe as a child. I didn't. I really only, when it came to Europe, I wanted to go to Rome, which we are going to, and maybe to Germany, which we're not going to. We'll have to save that for another bucket list trip, down the road in my lifetime. But Malta. So strange, but super excited. Everyone who's been there says it's beautiful, it's pretty, it's great to walk around. So cannot wait. So we'll see you at the sail-in. Oh my goodness, I looked out the balcony and here it is, Malta. It's modern to my right and historic to my left. Good Lord, this is gorgeous. Oh man. My spot on 7 was open right where I'm at. I had to actually turn the lock, but I got there. This is a beautiful sail-in. Now, C went up to deck 10. That's where the rolls are at. I'm assuming they're similar to the Panama rolls or the Pitcairn rolls and all the other rolls. So I didn't really want one. I wanted the incredible view of the sail-in, but she's going to get us a video of the rolls. Thanks, C. Now, it is still a very, very windy day. So that's a bummer. But this is gorgeous. When you grow up in a small town in South Carolina and you learn about these places, you never think you're ever going to see them, especially when you grow up in the 80s, before the internet, before really you could even get a modern picture. And then you get here and it's just so much more than you ever thought it was going to be. I am so excited about the Europe leg of this trip because I am such a history buff. I have always loved history, and to see this stuff in front of me, I'm just amazed at the luck of my life in that I've got the opportunity to do this trip. Incredible. C never made it up to 10, but I got a roll instead. It was good. I think it's filled with orange this go round, but looks like she's down on the bow, so let's go join her down there and see what we're gonna do for the day. I think we're gonna eat lunch before we get off the ship, so let's go. Alright, first stop on our trip on Malta, the National Archeology Museum. This place is really cool. This is the Phoenician room. It's divided into Phoenician, bronze, gold, and I think current. Plus they have a shipwreck in here. This place is really cool and it was pretty cheap to get into, so definitely worth a stop. right, thoughts on Valletta, Malta. This town is beautiful. It is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. It is very well preserved. We did take the elevator up to the upper level. It was €1 a piece. That is a round trip elevator ride. Not too bad. Had some €2 coins, so very, very easy. Now, once you get up there, it's very windy today. It is kind of chilly. And it's very, very busy because it's Palm Sunday. So there's lots of people milling out and about. We tried to eat at one restaurant. We couldn't ever get anyone to service. No amount of waving, sitting, whatever people were doing didn't help us. Plus, it's kind of pricey. Part of it is the euro is so much up on the dollar right now. And we got here at noon, so we had eaten before we got off the ship, too. So we were just looking for a little snack. We weren't feeling McDonald's. We weren't feeling Burger King. Trying not to eat fast food anymore. But the city's beautiful. The museum was very, very nice. For €5 a person, I'm so sorry, it is so windy. Whew. For €5 a person, it was definitely worth it. They had all kinds of artifacts from all these years, like from the Phoenicians all the way up to modern day. They had a shipwreck. They had a room that was full of skulls, which I found kind of weird, but that's what they do. And it was super popular. The museums in all over Malta are supposed to be very, very nice. And if they're like anything like that one, I can see why. As far as the rest of Malta, all we did was walk around. I don't know if I really even got that much film of it. At some point, C started not feeling well between the wind, the elevation, and the cold. It just wasn't working for her, so we ended up coming back. Now, we have about another 5 hours in Malta, so I could technically go back out and come back. But it is cold, it is about to be dark, and I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just fine hanging out here on the ship. It's, let me turn towards the wind. It's a comedian tonight, so I don't know if I'll go, but I don't think C's going to join me tonight for anything. I think she's just going to rest. I think the cold and the inclines and stuff, because there are plenty of inclines, kind of got to her. But I highly, highly, if you can ever make it out to this area of the world, oh my God, is it stunningly beautiful. But that was our day in Malta, so let's go get out of this wind and go get some dinner. Actually, before we get dinner, I forgot to mention, Valletta does have a hop-on, hop-off bus, and plenty of people were doing it and really enjoying it. Taxis, fares to have a city tour were also not very expensive. What was expensive? Woo, that's a big gust of wind. What was expensive was the food. The food and the merchandise. They are expensive, but I don't need a Hard Rock Malta t-shirt, because there's a Hard Rock Cafe right across from us. We had thought about it. We had actually sat down there too, but there's nothing special about eating at Hard Rock. So it's like if we were going to eat something like that, we might as well just have eaten at McDonald's. But Valletta's also built on a hill, so I think that's kind of what messed us up slightly. I knew there was a hill. I wasn't sure where it was at, but I think some of the restaurants we had picked, we thought they were right here by the cruise port, but they're actually on the elevation up there. So even though they look close, they're not. So that added to our day too. But gorgeous city. I cannot believe it. I was very content just to sit out, and our balcony actually faces the 3 cities, so very content just to sit out and just enjoy the view and stay out of the wind, because it is windy. Once you get away from those building breaks, my goodness, it will take you away. So, but now let's go get dinner. All right, so solo dinner for me tonight. So I got chicken marsala with some mashed potatoes, a piece of fried fish, and some carrots. You know me. I'm sitting right by the stir-fry line. I'm more than likely going to get a stir-fry to go with dinner tonight. It's just too good. All right, I had to get me a stir-fry, but I did the tamarind sauce tonight. I might regret this decision, but let's find out. Check out this beautiful evening. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's beautiful out here. And it's also, the wind's calmed down a lot, so even better. And with this, we're gonna call it a night. It was a nice day. Malta was very beautiful. Dinner was good. It was just me. So that was, it was fun. It's always where we need dinner by yourself on a cruise, but she just wasn't feeling it today. She wasn't feeling up to it, so totally get it. The city did take a lot out of her between the wind and the inclines and the chilliness in the air, because we did not realize the Mediterranean was still cold in April. When you live in Orlando, Florida, I think you assume everything's warm except January and February. But, I went to the comedian tonight, though, just because I needed something to do. So I went to him. He was actually pretty funny. He was a funny guy. He definitely played to the demographic of Holland, so that was kind of interesting. But he was still really funny. It was worth the time. I think I'll actually go to his second show and see if he wants to go. This ship has been rough on comedians, so... it was nice to go to one that was funny. He definitely had the crowd laughing, so that was nice. Then we are scheduled to leave Malta at 10:30, but I do have an odd feeling that we are going to be delayed. There was an accident in Malta today about 3 o'clock that involved the hop-on, hop-off bus, and it involved, I think, about 7 passengers maybe from our ship. So I feel like they might delay to make sure that they can get back on, because our next stop will be Cairo, and if they don't even have their passports, because our passports have been pulled from us, so hopefully everybody can get back on. Everybody's okay. I've been reading about it in the Facebook group, so hopefully everybody's good. That is just something that you do not ever anticipate to happening when you're out and about on something like that, is a car accident with a hop-on, hop-off bus sending anyone to the hospital. But hopefully everyone's good. Everybody can get back on, because, we have travel insurance. If you've been on the full work cruise, you had to have it because New Caledonia required it. But even still, Malta's an island nation in the middle of the Mediterranean. It's not cheap here. So, and travel insurance, you typically have to pay in advance, and then they reimburse you. But sometimes, if the payment's real high, they'll guarantee it for the place to go ahead and get you started. But, so unfortunate circumstance with Malta. So, after tonight, we have 2 sea days and then a very early start in Cairo. So, I'm going to call it a night here. Excuse me. I don't know what's on tap for the sea days the next couple of days, other than some, I know the coffee chat tomorrow is featuring female officers of the Zuiderdam, so that should be interesting. And then I don't recall. We got a new entertainment guide. There's been some shake-up with the entertainment team. So we should see what happens with that. That should be interesting. But yeah, make sure you hit that notification button, like, subscribe, and all that fun social stuff, because like I said, I don't recall what we're doing. So make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us along as we keep going away around the world with Holland America 2025 Grand World Voyage on the Zuiderdam. Have a great night. Bye.